I mean, I've heard you tell the story before, but what was the story of how you went then and were cast on Queer Eye? How did that come about?
Oh,
Because it's quite a funny story.
so my friend had told me about the show, and I had a great job at Ralph Lauren. And, but I thought, on a whim, I would, call them and I would see about tryouts. I didn't know how television worked at all. And the guys that created the show and the network, which was Bravo, which was um, not owned by NBC Universal back then. It was owned by a place called Rainbow Media. And I was like, oh, this sounds good. And I just went down to this casting place and they had a video of a straight guy that they showed us. And everyone was being very PC about, bridging the communities. And it was all very like nice and wonderful. But I was just like, listen, the guy has a mullet and he's wearing pleated khakis. This is not acceptable. We must help. And the producers and the network were like, okay, that's the attitude we're going for.
Yeah.
So I think I was cast pretty early in the show. And then every Wednesday they were having casting for other people and putting us together in groups. And they were very smart about having chemistry amidst the five. And I think the old five and the new five, you really see that. And I had to take off a lot of Wednesdays at work. And I was just like, I'm going to the dentist and then the orthodontist and the periodontist. And they're like, I'm sure they were thinking, you have a lot of teeth problems. And, but that's how I did it. And eventually we made a pilot in the summer of 2002. So it was 18 years ago. And then nothing happened, as often does in television. And then a year later, Bravo was purchased by NBC and Universal, and there was a big merger, and they loved the show, and they wanted to make it the cornerstone of their new Bravo. And they said, are you going to quit your job? And I was like, do you have dental insurance? And, which they didn't. But again, I took a risk, and I had a wonderful boss at Ralph Lauren who said, listen, if it doesn't work out, we'll just hire you back. So it couldn't have been better circumstances for risk taking because I could hedge my bet just a little bit.
And do you? I mean, that's.